that the communication skill is the most important skill, and no communication can reach the audience the best possible way unless you don't have the right equipment, right apparatus, right acoustics, and right packaging, which has to be done in the right proportion. So Naresh Dubleji, it's a pleasure to know you today, and thank you very much for coming and sharing your vision and your presentation. So
Thank you so much, sir.
with these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me move to my next guest of the afternoon. And where is my gallery view? Yes, here is the gentleman Rishikesh Patankaji. Rishikesh Patankaji, I think you don't need any introduction. The whole world knows you now. By this time, we have done so many programs together. But still, I will introduce you, ladies and gentlemen. He's from the Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India. They are doing great work, great job. And recently, 53 people from our chamber participated in India when the Honorable Prime Minister and Ravi Shankar Prasad ji hosted artificial intelligence virtual conference for the whole world. And they were beautiful deliberation. There was so much to take and learn and to pick up from there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Ashish Bhatnagar ji, we will get across to you in session soon. So let me go to Rishikesh Patankar ji. Let's share your quick views. What do you have for rural India? What do you have for rural education? What would you like to do? Because when I'm talking about rural, India still is rural. India live in villages. India still is agri-based economy. All the things have shown different signs except agriculture. You have got a surplus of the yield and surplus of the production as far as during the pandemic is concerned. So Rishikesh ji, let's have your views, quick views, prompt views, innovative views, creative views, and dynamic views. Come on, please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Namaskar. I would thank Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, Amit ji, for inviting me to this innovative uh, workshop today, where I'm listening to the intellectuals of the world. I belong to an organization called CSC E-Governance Services India Limited, which is a e-governance arm under the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and CSCs, the Common Service Centers, as they are called, are the part of the Digital India program, which is basically transformative in nature. And today I'm here to present to you about our education arm, which is called CSC Academy, and how we want to transform education in rural India. So as Dr. Sharma mentioned, CSCs are in the rural areas. In fact, India is a rural economy, and 70% of the population lives in the villages. And if we want to empower the citizen, if we want to empower the students, we need to empower the rural communities, the villages and the Gram Panchayats. Most of the Gram Panchayats villages have the necessary infrastructure, and we just need to provide the internet connectivity, which is being done through the BharatNet, the National Optical Fiber Network. And there is plethora of teachers who are available at the urban level who can actually deliver the classes at the rural level. So today I am going to present a very short presentation on how we can empower education in rural India. As I mentioned, CSC Academy is established a society, and we are taking education into the rural areas. We have nearly 4.5 lakh common service centers, as they are called. These common service centers are located in the nooks and corners of the country. Now, 4.5 lakh common service centers, which are equipped with minimum 3 to 5 computers, power backup, internet connectivity. There's a trained manpower at the common service center. So we want to take the learning to the people who are deprived of it, who don't have that kind of infrastructure in order to use the internet or get a facilitation model in terms of education. Most of the part of ICT in education, including assistance for equipment, facilities, all that will be done through the common service centers which are available there. And we also have nearly 6,000 centers at the block level, which is at the taluka level. So out of 6,500 blocks, we have around 6,000 centers which are well equipped and can take up any education or skill development projects. In fact, in education, most of the important aspects like the digital literacy, providing digital literacy to the citizens of the uh, country. Then entrepreneurship has now become a buzzword, and uh, we are empowering the youth in order to take up entrepreneurship, as our Honorable Prime Minister has also said. There are a lot of courses like finance and accounting, now artificial intelligence and fourth generation revolution technologies which have come up. And we need to take all these courses and the techniques to the rural India. That would mean to true empowerment. And also competitive exam preparations, which need to be taken at the rural level, because the rural student also has that knack and can successfully compete in these competitive exams, but they don't have that access. So we need to provide that access, and we are doing some of the projects in that. Then basic skills for maths. I was listening to earlier speakers. So basic skills in maths is very important, as few of my teachers in the morning session told, including the science subjects. Then a lot of literacy, digital literacy, be it English literacy, language literacy, needs to be taken to the ground in order to be there. And so there are good teachers. We just need to connect the good teachers with the students so that the teaching learning can actually happen. Then in terms of skills, also a lot of skill initiatives are available. A lot of courses are available. Most of them are now free. Most of them are sponsored from the government of India, and we need to mobilize the students at the local level in order to take that. Then a most important aspect becomes the inclusion. We need to take care of the inclusion part, both financial inclusion as well inclusion of the total social sector. School education, we are doing some little part in the school education scenario, where we are providing a course on coding using Scratch. Then we have come up with a concept called Bal Vidyalaya. So existing preschools or play schools, as they are called, we are converting them into something called as CSC Bal Vidyalayas with technology innovation. And with Alexas and Google Echo being given to these schools, they are now using all these technologies. So the Alexa has become the teacher for the students. So that is the idea. And most of it is facilitation, not actual teaching, but giving them the technology, giving students access to the technology so that they can discover, they can learn, and they can move ahead. And lastly, about the women empowerment, because gender budgeting is main focus of the government, as well as a lot of healthcare issues are there. And we are also promoting women empowerment in terms of health and hygiene training, then sanitary pad manufacturing, and supplying of sanitary pads in the rural schools. So that is our area of work. I'll be very short, in fact. So I'll just give you some experience of CSCs in terms of implementation. So we have a large network, as I told you. We have 4.5 lakh common service centers, as they are called, around 5,000 centers at the block level. So implementation is not a problem. We have the infrastructure, we have the connectivity, we have the people over there. So we can take up any education or skill development project and can actually implement on the ground. So we have done large kind of training, like we have covered nearly 6 crore people, that is 60 million people, on digital literacy, financial literacy, then banking, then insurance. Then we have trained around 1 million people on taking surveys. So we have a trained manpower of 1 million people who can actually go into the ground and do the surveys. So CSCs have trained this manpower at the local level. So local for vocal, that is the thing which has come up. So locally, people are available in the villages and the gram panchayats who can actually take up these survey works for different organizations, be it a marketing agency, be it a education industry, be it a research agency. So now the enumerators are there, their supervisors are there. So we just need to have a project in order to get it implemented. So that is our main experience. Most of the important aspect is quality education, as my fellow speakers were also talking about. We need to give quality education to all. Access to all is the most important aspect. Why give a good teacher if a good teacher is teaching students at the urban level, why not the same teacher, same content can be relayed to a rural school or a rural village, where actually students can empower through that content. So that is the focus. The other part is the jobs and skills. So in fact, government's focus is now on jobs as well as skills, and we are also doing projects in similar manner in order to improve the skills of the population in the rural areas, so that the jobs and the entrepreneurship basically increases. We have seen in terms of education, we have 800 universities and 1.5 million schools, and there are nearly 260 million students in the schools. And post-COVID, there are a lot of challenges which have come up, but I think surely we will be taking care of that. Then the important aspect is the digital content delivery. So infrastructure is available, the teachers are available, we just need to connect these two. I think that is the most important and the fundamental thing. And in both school education and higher education, this will suffice, I think. Then there has been a lot of technology shifts which are happening. Personalized learning has come up, web-based LMSs, AI-based systems, AR/VR learning has come up. Television, government has set up a lot of channels where content as well as live lectures are available. I think these are supplementary kind of technologies which are available and very useful to the students if a student wants to learn at any level. And the AI ML scenario has come, and education technology companies have actually now evolved, and lot of good innovation is happening in this, and I think a lot of students have benefited through this activity. Government's focus is also on creating world-class education institutions, and CSC's aim as a part of the Digital India program and to empower the rural communities, our aim is to bridge the digital divide. That is the most important aspect. Bridge the digital divide for disadvantaged sections of the students who don't have access, the communities who don't have access to the infrastructure or to a good school or the teachers. We are basically creating the bridge between these two. We have a concept called digital teacher, which we call our village level entrepreneurs who are running these common service centers. We call them digital teachers because uh, they are the basic backbone of our organization, and they are the facilitators who are delivering the education, be it skill programs, be it other services in the rural areas. So we call them as digital teachers. Then a most important aspect comes when the ability to learn, in fact, is present in all of us. And every child in its early ages picks up cognitive and affective and psychomotor skills over a very short period of time when the child is small. And learning becomes difficult and a challenge only when the actual schooling begins. So why that happens? So we need to look into that aspect as well. Then uh, uh, we are doing a lot of activities for elderly. We have recently taken up a project with HelpAge India, where we will be teaching digital literacy skills to people of age 60 years and above, because there are no schemes actually where elderlies are being taken care of. And so we have started a pilot project with HelpAge India, where we will be training around 1,500 elderly in the states of Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal on digital skills and how to improve the digital literacy, and then get these elderly man the common service centers, so that they can actually deal with the citizens and provide that kind of uh, services to the rural population. The another important aspect is CSCs have started something called as the CSC Olympiad. During COVID only we had planned this because everyone was at home, students were at home and schools were not open. So we started with CSC Olympiads, which was basically conducted in a remote fashion. It was remotely proctored Olympiad in the history of the country, which was carried out. So there was no pen and paper. Students were to come to a nearest common service center and give the exam. The exams were open from morning 8 o'clock till evening 8 o'clock. And at the flexibility of the students can come to nearest common service center and give the exam. Next time we'll try to get all these exams online remotely proctored, which students can give at the comfort of their home. So that we will try in our next session. And I think CSC Olympiads have been a successful story. We have covered nearly 2 lakh students during this COVID area on various subjects, right from class 3 to class 12. And I think that is important. And we are open for collaborations. So we have large collaborations with organizations like Imbibe, who provides the analytics for IIT and NEET. We have tie up with the Resonance in Kota for IIT NEET preparation. We also have a tie-up with IEEE, where we provide innovative programs at a very low price, because these prices are basically, the fees is quite high, but at the rural level we need to provide courses, high-end courses at the low level. So with IEEE collaboration, we are providing courses on IoT, blockchain, and machine learning at a very low level. Then we have a large strategic tie-up with Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, where we are providing a certificate course in entrepreneurship with certification from Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. So this is a unique opportunity where actually the candidates across the country and across the world can actually learn entrepreneurship with a certification from institutions such as ISB Hyderabad, and the course fee is quite low. So the course fee, we have kept in mind that the course fee is low, so that a lot of students can actually register and get this. Then there are certain CSR projects which we are implementing on.
Now, computer education important.
Little disturbance actually. I'll just.
I will mute the mic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So.
They cut out him.
Yeah.
They cut out him. Baranda.
As I was mentioning, there are certain projects where we have tied up with larger organizations like Capgemini in digital literacy and English literacy. We have done a small pilot project with Facebook, where we are training women on digital skills and employability. Sorry for the disturbance. I think.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So as I was mentioning, we have tied up with large organizations. I mentioned about Capgemini, where we are doing a project on English and digital literacy. We have a strategic tie-up with Facebook, where we are covering digital skills. We have a tie-up with UNICEF, where. Yes.
Sorry for the interruption. I have got 9-10 people asking me what is there in Hyderabad entrepreneurship program. Sorry.
Okay.
What exactly is that program? People are asking.
It's an online program which is available through the Common Service Center's service. You can also go to CSC Entrepreneur. You can search CSC Entrepreneur on Google. You can go to the site and then register yourself. So that is how that is easy, and you just need to pay a nominal fee and get the content on entrepreneurship, and after the content is completed and there's an internal assessment, then there is a final online assessment which a candidate needs to get, and then there is a certificate which is generated with a common branding of CSC and Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. So that is the course. This course is of around 40 hours. There's a video learning of around 10 hours, and then there are a lot of assignments inbuilt. So I'll urge whoever is interested can actually go to cscentrepreneur.in. That is the website, cscentrepreneur.in, or you can just search entrepreneur and CSC on Google. You'll get to that site and then register and complete this course. So this is a innovative course. So I was mentioning about our partnership with Facebook, then UNICEF in terms of training the tribal students on various aspects of communication. Then these are very strategic tie-ups. In fact, we have got a project from Power Grid Corporation of India and Rural Electrification Corporation Foundation, where we are actually teaching rural students on how to crack the competitive exams. So we have done around 2,500 students training in Haryana, And recently we have got a project where we are training around 10,000 students. Many of these students have actually cracked the police constable exam, the RRB, and the staff selection commission exam. So I think this is a innovation which is happening at the rural. All these projects are rural in nature, and most of these are being done at the village and the gram panchayat level. So I just wanted to mention that. I'll just take 2-3 more minutes in order to complete. Based on the field, we have got a request that to start a course on computer applications with something unique built into it. So we have started a course on a postgraduate diploma in computer application, PGDCA, which is nearly 1 year and 2 months. That is a 14 months course with IMS Ghaziabad. So this is the institution through which we have collaborated, and we have small slots of these courses. Like after 3 months, a student gets a certificate on CCA, certificate in computer application. After additional 3 months, a student gets a degree of DCA. Then after another 10 months, a student gets a certificate called ADCA, and finally after 1.2 years of study, a student gets PGDCA. So that is how this collaboration works. Then we have a strategic tie-up with Symbiosis University, where students can actually go to any common service center across India and can pay the fee for Symbiosis as well as get registered for any Symbiosis University course. So that is the collaboration. So what I wanted to basically tell my fellow delegates over here is that CSC Academy is a learning institution, and we basically collaborate with a lot of organizations and try to provide a lot of courses and services at very affordable cost at the local level, that is at the village and the gram panchayat level, because many of these courses are new, and many of the students as well as parents as well as schools in the rural areas do not have that information. So CSCs are the basically a point or a bridge through which all these courses, all these things which are very important in education and skill development are basically taken to the ground and provided to the candidates at the rural level. We have also started with language training. We have done few courses in Santhali, then Sanskrit, and we are also exploring some foreign language courses which are very affordable, maybe 200 to 500 rupees, and a student gets a certification as well as a trained faculty. All these are live lectures, and we had certain international students also participating in such programs. As I mentioned, we have started with a course on coding. So you must be hearing about courses on coding through different organizations. So we have started a small course using MIT Media Lab's Scratch program, Scratch tool. This course is very innovative. It is being done in Hindi and English both, because most of the courses are delivered in English. We have a faculty who is delivering in Hindi. We will also be starting delivering in regional languages, so that a lot of students can actually take part in these courses. So lastly, coming to the playful learning, as Dr. Gulshan sir was also mentioning about importance of providing education at the preschool or the playful level, at the preschool level basically. And now after the new policy in education which has come up, I think technology enabled playful learning has got a lot of emphasis, and I think most of the students in the rural areas would surely get that technology enabled playful learning, so that they can actually make their own decisions and move forward. We also have large strategic tie-ups with IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi. Then we have started with Oracle Academy, Cisco, IBM, as well as certain Microsoft programs. So we also have volunteering opportunities in these institutions, where any research scholar or any student of postgraduate can act, or employees of large corporates or NGOs can actually volunteer for these opportunities. They can go into the villages, they can go into the gram panchayats, see the actual progress, get the relevant data in the studies. They can publish research papers citing our CSCs, and surely can do social auditing and all that. I think that is the aim. We want to connect with each other. We want to collaborate with a lot of organizations and provide a large kind of network so that international communities, national institutions of repute, research institutions can actually collaborate with us. We have done a lot of impact assessment projects as well. We generally work with IIT Delhi, then ISB Hyderabad, CIPS Hyderabad, Council for Social Development Delhi in terms of impact assessment. And we have examination agencies like NILIT, which is a MITES organization, National Institute of Open Schooling, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, then Haryana Knowledge Corporation Limited in Chandigarh, and ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, which is based in Chennai, as our examination partners in a lot of examinations, the remote proctored examinations which we cover. So that's all from my side. I look forward to your queries and questions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. Thank you, Amit Pundir ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rishikesh ji. Wonderful information and wonderful initiatives by the Government of India, Ministry of Electronics and IT. What a wonderful work being done. In fact, each and every part I have taken so much into details. And we would be very, very happy because tribal, our chamber is working very closely. Northeast, you have got maximum tribals.
Yes.
And then at the same time, as we mentioned earlier, a lot of people are interested to know about your CSC entrepreneur.in, the 40 hours program which you have mentioned, where 10 hours videos are there and 30 hours other program is there. So they all are very keen to know about that. We will work on to what best can be done. And I'm so grateful to you. You always bring some innovative, creative, dynamic, vibrant information. Is something is remarkable, remarkable. God bless you. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, he has listed also here. It is CSC entrepreneur.in. So that is the thing on which you can go. You can see that 40 hours program, the Hyderabad. People, those who are asking me on my direct mobile number, you can just go over there and check it out. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
And let me just get back to the gallery view. And ladies and gentlemen, now my technical team, I would request all of you, because people are requested to have their digital lunch. And nowadays, nobody is seeing whether you're having lunch or not, or you're without lunch or whatsoever it is. And everybody to take their own lunch. Amit Pundir is not hosting the lunch. So what I would request that ladies, those are principal and those are watching this program and participating in this program, I'm sure your husband must have prepared a good lunch for you. And male members, those are participating here, your ladies must have prepared a good lunch for you. So I would request you can have lunch here only. We all can be together. We can plan